Hello everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the COE1v1 LAN tournament. We are in day 2, and due to a few scheduling issues that we had with day 1, we are starting off with a quarter-finals match, the final quarter-finals match of the stage. And after that, we're going to be straight going on to the semi-finals and the final stages. I'm very, very excited for that. But for now, our final quarterfinals match is an absolute banger between FlyingTuna and ninerik. Both players quite polarizing in their super strong skill sets, which is bound to make a lot of back and forth, a lot of bounces, and some very close 8-game stages. I'm Shiva, and I'm joined by the wonderful Spazza, who is going to be with us for 2 matches, another match later on today.
Yes, sir.
So I'm super hyped to cast with you, man. It's been a great time. And I haven't done the coin flip just yet, so I need to quickly go and ask FlyingTuna if he wants to do heads or tails. Why don't you give us a little talk about the matchup while I'm doing that, shall we?
Yeah, of course. Hello, guys. So, well, I mean, do I really need to introduce these players? It's 2 of the best players in the game currently. FlyingTuna just coming back from a break, and his skills are pretty much de-rusted already. I mean, he's had a great performance at the round table, as we all know, as I'm sure you all watched. And ninerik is just completely insane. I mean, he's been one of the best players for quite a few years now, but especially in the last year, he completely popped off, reaching to the 1-digit, top 5 actually. And his skills, they are not only limited to speed, but he's also a very good tourney player, as we've been able to see in this tournament thus far. So this is probably one of the most exciting matchups, and I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know who can win, honestly.
Honestly, recently, I mean, ninerik has proven himself to be a lot more diverse than just being mechanics. Recently, quite a while ago, he was outed for just being a speed player, which is so unfair because we saw him perform so well in Core State's Close not long ago, and he absolutely excelled against players like MCY4. Now that's something to really be excited for, because he's also performed really well recently in these tournaments, performing particularly well in AIM. I think AIM's going to be a very exciting prospect to see him. We're probably going to see him on the Hard Rock one, maybe the Normal one as well. Along with those insane good tapping mechanics, he's going to be really, really dominant. So why don't we start with the coin flip, shall we? So
yes.
FlyingTuna chose heads. So we are going to, if FlyingTuna's head and ninerik is tail, I'm going to throw it, and if you want, Spazza, you can catch it with your hands. Yeah? Ready? And what is it? It is tails. So ninerik will be the winner of the coin flip, and he will be the first one to decide the pick and ban order for him.
I see, I see. Honestly, as you said, they're both very good at aim. Obviously, FlyingTuna is known for his aim, which is completely insane. So I don't really know what they could ban.
So if I was to make a guess, FlyingTuna is not only quite well-versed generally, quite well-rounded, but he's particularly very, very strong on tech, and he's also made it show for himself to be quite good on reading. Now, ninerik, I haven't seen him perform too majorly well on reading, but a little inside information, I did see him practicing it earlier, so you never know, that could be something that he might lean into, or maybe kind of run into FlyingTuna as like a little trap card. But if I was to go based on my predictions, based on the knowledge that I have from these players, we're almost definitely going to see FlyingTuna ban one of those very tapping mechanics heavy maps, be it DT2 or Normal 2, whichever one he feels comfortable with at the time. I think he might lean more into the DT2 because it's very stamina heavy, whereas Normal 2 kind of has that big lean into the aim mechanics as well. So there's a lot of an aim requirement on Normal 2, and of course the stamina is a little lower compared to DT2, so I'm going to guess that FlyingTuna's first ban will definitely be the DT2, unless ninerik is to protect that. Yeah, because we do have protects. 1 protect for each player and 2 bans for each player. Nomod 5 protection for FlyingTuna. That is going to be the reading map of the Nomod pool.
Yeah.
So that's very, very nice. Not really too surprised, considering despite FlyingTuna kind of being well known for being very, very strong on the tech and the aim control heavy maps. But reading has been one of those strengths that he's been able to loom over multiple players in this tournament.
Oh yeah.
Because
we've seen that.
There aren't too many reading players in this lineup aside from FlyingTuna and maybe 1 or 2 others. But he's so far been able to really do well with that, and he's going to continue on with that strategy of just having those reading maps prepared.
Oh, look at that. DT2 has been protected by ninerik, as we would expect.
Yeah, no surprises there at all. I mean, ninerik having a star performance on the DT2 previously. We've seen some fantastic scores placed from him in his last match. So, yeah, safe to say his strongest skill set is going to be saved. And we're going to a very rapid ban stage here. Both players immediately knowing what they want to get rid of. For FlyingTuna, it is the Normal 2, no surprises there, and the DT1, both very strong high BPM mechanics maps that are very safe bans for FlyingTuna, no surprises from there at all. And for ninerik, getting rid of the hidden tech and the techno mod. Again, not a surprise at all. I think these bans are very, very straightforward and very, very simple. As we said, these guys have quite polarizing core strengths here. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that will bounce off from each other and how well they'll be able to benefit from those in the early game. This is best of 7, so early game's going to matter a lot.
Yeah, and as you said, FlyingTuna is really going for the reading straight off immediately. Just wants to show off his skills.
Absolutely.
Let's see.
Considering ninerik hasn't been too well known for being too beneficial on the reading, it's safe to say we're not going to see him picking that too much. I didn't practice it earlier, but maybe it's just a little bit of a fun test, I guess. But we are going into this number 5, our first map of the day, and our last number 5 for the quarterfinal stage.
Oh yeah.
This is a super weird, awkward reading map with AR 7.4 as its approach rate.
That's
really
evil.
brutal.
That's evil right there.
Yeah.
Not
very,
even
very
Gamma
evil.
can save you on this map. It's so dense, and the sliders, they go so fast, and especially the slider streams, if you mess up your timing on that once, you're basically gonna chain miss everything.
Absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree with that, man. There's so many opportunities here where you're going to get major chain miss and just completely fall apart if you're not prepared for the reading section. I think not only do you need a massive aim requirement and reading requirement for this map, but you also need to be prepared because there are lots of really weird sections that if you haven't practiced or haven't prepped for, you're going to really struggle. And this is one of those first patterns that we're going to see. A very deadly side stream here, and we're going to see a first break here from ninerik on that section. FlyingTuna, despite breaking earlier on, holds on throughout that side stream section and gives himself that early combo advantage. The accuracy as well being a huge benefit for him after this first half.
Oh yeah. As you can see, like, ninerik is definitely struggling a bit more compared to Tuna. He has a great combo, and the accuracy difference is massive this time around. You see these weird overlaps, they got him.
Yeah, literally. I mean, this map not only has some really unique aim control elements in there, but on top of that, not only is the readings given, but just on top of that, there's lots of scary overlaps. And this part in particular of this map, the little TV interview section, has lots of unbelievable overlap patterns that if you have not practiced for, you will be doomed.
Yeah,
you need to either have GN levels of reading, or you have to practice this religiously to learn that pattern. And FlyingTuna, unfortunately, just misses out on holding through that section, and we do see a combo reset from him. ninerik as well does trade it though, so there is no looming advantage here for ninerik to capitalize off of in this first map.
There's no place to rest on this map. That was supposedly the slow part, and they gave us the overlapping triangles. So, you know, I don't think there's many chances at this point for ninerik to really recover. But what a score from FlyingTuna, nearly 98%. Actually 98% now.
I mean, a great showing of how comfortable he is on these reading heavy maps. I mean, FlyingTuna, despite being always been a decent hidden player, it wasn't one of those skill sets that you would kind of see with FlyingTuna. You know, the first thing you see when you see FlyingTuna, you think tech, you think mechanics, you think double time.
And aim.
And aim, yeah, just generally aim as well. I mean, and after seeing this, I mean, it's safe to say, Tuna's kind of solidified himself as a very capable reading player.
Look at that, there's the other slider section.
More slider streams to come through, and unfortunately for both players, no one holds. More unfortunately for ninerik, I'm afraid, he's not managing to get anything on the board to potentially try and overtake. No major advantage looming over. FlyingTuna just looking so oppressive on this first map. Beautiful combo consistency, beautiful accuracy. I mean, despite this unfortunate combo game from him, this accuracy is really, really good and great consistency. No major blunders, I guess you could say, just a bunch of small combo misses, and another massive slider section comes through here. Probably one of the hardest sections of the map to hold on to any major combo, I mean, if you even have any later on that stage. Yeah, leading on to this final ending section, it's safe to say FlyingTuna with a very dominant first start, 220,000 score difference. Safe to say, this is his map.
That is insane. What a performance from FlyingTuna, finishing up with a 98%, nearly. Oh, finally a slow part.
Yeah, thank goodness, right? Oh, Tuna drops on one of those sliders. We're not going to see the 98%, I don't think, thanks to that unfortunate drop. But yeah, safe to say, this isn't really ninerik's forte, not one of his maps. Still 158k on a score like this, despite being low on average. You know, we've seen more blunders on this map previously, so still a decent, admirable attempt here from ninerik. Just FlyingTuna looking a lot more impressive in the stage.
What a score from Tuna.
Yeah.
9 misses versus 42. You can definitely see the difference in reading out here.
Yeah, and if you saw the custom skin in this match, you'd know that the miss animation is actually just a demon dying.
Oh yeah,
That's just a little Toho demon just falling and dying. So a lot of demons were harmed in the making of this map pool. Apologies. But what are your thoughts on the strategy here for ninerik? Because FlyingTuna is now 1-0 and immediately gets rid of that protect pick. Now the big thought is, because those two big skill set maps for ninerik are gone, are we going to see him instantly pop the Wings of Freedom, or are we going to see him save that and lean into maybe one of the more riskier picks in the aim? Because after those two bans for FlyingTuna, it's a bit of a rough spot here for ninerik. I mean, what other maps can he surefire take away from Tuna? I mean, he's got the aim maps in the Hard Rock 1 and the No Mod 1. He could contest.
He could try on Precision too. Hard Rock 2 will be a nice pick, but I think he could just dominate on DT if he wants to on his protect pick. Since FlyingTuna decided to pick reading, he could trade, you know, and go for the safe route. But we'll see what the strat is.
I think if I was ninerik right now, I would just go for the DT2 and just secure yourself that one even map on the board. You really don't want to be a breakpoint down in this situation. And the other maps that you've got here are very, very risky. And we are going to see ninerik pick that double time 2, Wings of Freedom, extreme levels of DT stamina required. There have been multiple map pools in super brutal tournaments that have had this pulled in their matches, and it's just a brutal stamina map. But for someone like ninerik,
it's no problem for him.
For him, it is no problem. I mean, ninerik is now widely regarded as not only a competent rounded tournament player, but one of the best speed players in the tournament scene right now.
If not the best right now in general.
If not the best. Granted, this is the OC community. I don't want to put on sure titles, you know. But yes, I mean, I think one thing is absolutely certain. ninerik is far and away one of, if not the best, speed players in the tournament scene.
We'll see how Tuna holds up.
Yeah, really. We'll see how Tuna deals with this, because it's safe to say those previous bans that he had doesn't mean that he's too comfortable on it. And we do see a little bit of a UI update here. Now we're seeing the accuracy in front of us here. The mods shown along with the map duration shown as well. I don't know if you can see it, ladies and gentlemen. We might be in the way of it, but if you can see it, brilliant. Brilliant update. And ninerik just slowing down just a little bit. Laser being a little buggy. Wow, look at him go.
ninerik really going on that double time.
Truly, 2 times DT.
Unbelievable.
Literally. Just an unreal performance. But for real, jokes aside, going into this DT2, 230 BPM streams consistently is just really hard to pull off in a consistent manner. And looking at this so far, you can see despite FlyingTuna holding admirably, he's dropping a lot of accuracy, struggling a little bit to hold on consistently, whereas ninerik also does drop a little bit.
FlyingTuna still holding combo, going for that combo game. Bit of a Sutinator method, trying to maintain his combo, but that accuracy from ninerik is significant.
Yeah, really. It really but that's a huge miss. That is a great miss from ninerik for FlyingTuna as well. He does trade it though, so he doesn't have enough time to capitalize off the combo advantage going into the end of this first third here. ninerik, despite looking a lot more comfortable, that accuracy really carrying him. That miss could have been catastrophic if FlyingTuna would have held. He's looking relatively competent here, Spazza, despite the accuracy drops.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the only problem are the longer stream section, because of course during these sections FlyingTuna can hold and even just assess with no real problems, but the KIs are where the difference really shows, and as you can see, he misses again.
Another drop from FlyingTuna. ninerik though, still looking really competent here, recovering greatly, and the accuracy doesn't majorly drop either.
In fact, it's increasing actually.
Yeah, it actually is, and unfortunately for FlyingTuna, he's not able to hold on to any combo before this next KI. And we're going to a bit of a bridge section here before the next KI. FlyingTuna drops once again, but ninerik looks very, very flawless
He's so comfortable right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is quite literally his bread and butter, if not a little bit too easy for someone like ninerik. That unfortunate miss has not phased him one bit. He's looking very, very good going to this increased flow section bridge before the next KI. A lot of increased stamina and a few jumps here to kind of ease on that aim requirement, but generally,
oh my
aim requirement isn't too intense, and there is the break. So both players have the information they need. They know what's going on. Unfortunately, FlyingTuna not too happy with what's going on in this situation, hoping that maybe
that is a
there was
10% ACK difference. That's hard to recover from.
I mean, really, what can you do here unless there's a huge chain miss here from ninerik? Because it isn't just the ACK, it's the combo, man. The combo game is just excelling in his favor. And yes, this is laser, so accuracy weighs just a little bit more, if I remember correctly. but it's still looking so good for ninerik now. That early miss really meant absolutely nothing to him. Big question is he going to be able to hold on to this ending section, this final ki in this ending towards the end with the slider jumps and whatnot?
Could we see the one misplay from ninerik?
Is it possible? Is it going to happen? So far, he's looking very, very comfortable, continuing to hold on to that high accuracy. FlyingTuna drops once again, still not able to get any major combos here. But
He's
going
just
into
going
this
through
ending
these
part
strings,
here,
no problem.
ninerik, can he hold on to the ending stage? Just holding on for a little bit, maybe potential one towards the end. But 1,250 combos looking brilliant. Final major mechanic session comes through,
wow.
and ninerik
That's one
secures the one miss victory. It was a 3 miss, but like kind of a 1 break, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
but still, great score from ninerik, making it 1-1.
My God, what a score! Look at that egg.
Absolutely.
They certainly traded their strong picks immediately, so now it's going to get a bit more interesting, I think.
Now it's going to get very interesting. I mean, the thought is here, is ninerik going to try and contest FlyingTuna on those aim picks? Because it's safe to say, number 1 and harder 1, probably the most interesting, probably the closest ones. Maybe these guys are going to play a game of chicken with it. Maybe they're going to kind of bait the other one to picking it because they don't want to burn one of their most valuable picks. I think FlyingTuna, in my opinion, has a bit more of a diverse option here. Having very good strengths in specifically aim control. And we're going to see the hidden 1 here picked from FlyingTuna. I mean, not only he's got the hidden 1, Spazza, he's got the hidden 2, he's got the DT3, he's got the normal 3. It's to say, FlyingTuna, options-wise, is a lot more in favor at the moment. So ninerik has got a bit of a weight to pull here. He's got a little bit of pressure to push off because 2 of his 3 brilliant maps that he can really excel from have been just shut down.
Yeah,
so
they have.
Yeah, he's just going to have to try and fight back on these future maps. But this hidden 1 is very much leaning towards FlyingTuna, not only being relatively comfortable on the hidden generally, but also one of the most legendary tech players in the modern OC scene.
Yeah, this is definitely a tune-up map.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah. Let's see how they do.
Building up into this little mechanic section here, you can already see it, very intense mech tech with lots of slow slider jumps and finger control, or kind of more speedy stuff. So you could say this is a little bit into ninerik's alley, but I would say the tech-heavy aspect of this map, along with the hidden slaps on top, definitely still puts ninerik at a small disadvantage.
From ninerik.
And with that, an early break from ninerik going on to this first major ki. Might I add, Spazzy, this map is very, very short, about 2 minutes long. With 200 BPM madness, there are also some really scary wiggle sections here in this ki. And we already saw Tuna hit one of them. Can he hit the rest of them coming through into this map? He hits the second one. Beautiful aim control displayed here from FlyingTuna. Can he keep it going? Later on
every
this
miss counts, every miss counts. This map is so short, and FlyingTuna is killing it right now.
Absolutely killing it, yeah. Low wave jump section, big div spike here.
Oh my God!
Looking beautiful. Hitting that entire half, 99.69% accuracy, very nice, but also genuinely very nice ag. I mean, we haven't seen an ag like that before, but just as we say, he does drop it on practically nothing, really.
I mean, to be fair, ninerik is also performing very well. He has a great 98% score, but what do you do against a score like FlyingTuna's right now? What do you do?
Yeah, what do you do, really?
They're gonna go into the next ki.
This is the last ki of the map here. We're going into the final quarter, and ninerik unfortunately drops once again. FlyingTuna's recovery is shut down, but that early accuracy, that early big benefit in the combo in the first half is really helping him stay afloat in his lead. About 160,000. FlyingTuna breaks once again.
Misses all around, but there's no real chance of recovery, I don't think.
I think the unfortunate thing to mention for ninerik is that despite not being able to hold on to a significant combo, it's safe to say this could have been a very competent section hit for ninerik. He is holding on to 90 in accuracy.
That was not bad.
FlyingTuna in axe, so it's safe to say he was pretty comfortable generally here. No major massive blunders, just unfortunate misses in the combo game, and FlyingTuna takes the lead.
He does. But now, you're ninerik, what do you pick?
Oh, I mean, he hasn't got any surefire speed options left. He hasn't got major tap and control sections left. I mean, he could go for the standard aim with the... Well, not... I mean, Tengaku isn't really standard, but the normal 1 is a good option here. I don't know...
Maybe that precision?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know, because his hard rock 2 is very aim control heavy, and FlyingTuna has unbelievable levels of aim control. The question is, does ninerik feel comfortable enough to fight back with that? I mean, Wakagi Man Tengaku, this specific difficulty by Shiro, I mean, not only being very iconic, but very distinct in his aiming style. Very high spacing, very fast, but very pattern-based. constant repeating patterns, so stability is very important. Not necessarily aim control. There's no kind of crazy unique patterns here. Granted, the patterns are different, but they're nothing to majorly consist of aim control. But it is the hard rock 2 for ninerik, so we are going to see some precision aim control.
Because he got the mouse buff. That's how it is. That's what he's working into, you know? Going against the previous best mouse player, actually. Let's see who wins. This is a great map, by the way, by Hollow Wings. It's truly a classic.
Yeah.
I think this has been picked a lot in many tournaments, especially as a free mod, because I reckon it's AR9 on no mod, so on hidden it's a bit tricky.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe so.
But yeah, this is Hollow Wings on CS 6.5. Some wiggles here and there. Circles going into short sliders.
Yeah, just the kind of the burst wiggles, kind of the very snappy aim bursts in that section is going to be what's very important. But as you mentioned, yeah, I mean the mouse buff is very, very important here. Good thing to mention, because as you mentioned before, I mean mouse players have a lot more control over their aim, and with tablet, I mean despite still having a lot of speed and versatility, it's also a bit of an issue because you have a lot of stability. You're just holding a small little pen, you know.
Oh yeah.
If your hand's a little bit tensy, the precision is going to punish you a lot here. And going into the early stage, despite a very small break from ninerik earlier on, FlyingTuna did trade it, so a very minor advantage here for ninerik past this first quarter. But down he goes, and so does FlyingTuna. It is traded. But the accuracy is flipping back and forth. We're currently seeing a very neck-and-neck first third here. For ninerik so far, he's looking good. First break is shown. Both players have the information that they need. A very, very minor advantage here in favor of ninerik.
This map is also incredibly short. We're already halfway through, and the ending, there's a bit of a spike.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the final diff spike going into this final quarter, final KI, is super intense. A lot of, as we already mentioned, those snappy aim control patterns in the triples. So could we see ninerik capitalize off this?
Ooh, that miss from FlyingTuna is really bad in this section because it's the relatively easy one of the map.
Yeah, the build-up before the big KI. I mean, unfortunately, ninerik does trade it, but again, it's that small 50,000 lead in his favor that's going to keep making trades completely invaluable. FlyingTuna is going to have to hold massively towards this final session if he wants to do anything, but it's very possible.
I mean, this is Tuna we're talking about.
Oh, it's very possible. ninerik goes down. Does FlyingTuna have enough time to flip? The scoring is slowly going through, but FlyingTuna drops.
Huge miss.
That big combo.
Is there enough time?
So much potential to overtake and get yourself that break point. It was so close, but that break just too early to potentially get the break point. Such a close hard rock 2, but ninerik just barely takes it and evens up the playing field.
Oh my god. Man, that miss was fatal. As we said, the map is so short, but
really it was.
Look at that. Even less misses from Tuna, but it doesn't matter. He held up for longer, ninerik. I think it's time to see some aim. I would love that.
I would love that as well.
For some closer picks.
I mean, however, though, this is FlyingTuna's pick. I mean, we could see him lean more towards Kokosoko or maybe Crazy Motorcycle Chase, because those are very kind of aim control heavy and more on the reading side as well. Let's remember, despite hitting 2 being banned, DT3 is still AR8.
It is.
It's AR6 with no mod on base, base AR stats, but with double time, it's still AR8, so reading is still a bit of a requirement. Lots of overlaps and lots of very scary aim control patterns, particularly those zigzag patterns, very iconic for that map.
Yeah, this is a perfect pick for Tuna. I mean, it's reading plus awkward aim, old school.
Absolutely.
He's probably preserving that for the final pick, perhaps.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would love to see Kokosoko. I mean, it's a great map.
I would do too. I mean, this one's very flowy, but lots of insane levels of finger control towards the end of the KIs, particularly.
Ooh,
but we are going to see Crazy Motorcycle Chase here, picked for FlyingTuna. I think it's safe to say he would have probably gone for this short 5 because this definitely should cause some TB. I think it is the best pick for him to go for in this best of 7. He's got lots of room to continue going on to that kind of reading aim control heavy stuff. And despite Tengaku being a very valid pick, I think it's safe to say ninerik is probably going to lean more into that. Maybe Kokosoko, but I don't know. I don't think you'd want to pick Kokosoko into Tuna.
That's a bit too risky.
Yeah, a little bit too risky. I think it might be safe to just go for the No Mod 1 Gamba because I don't see any surefire picks here for ninerik. Maybe the Hard Rock 1, actually. And now that I think about it, he has performed well in Hard Rock 1s previously, in previous tournaments, and I believe in this one as well, he set a very decent score on the Hard Rock 1. So maybe that will be ninerik's next pick here into FlyingTuna. But so far, it's still 2-2. Crazy Motorcycle chases FlyingTuna's next pick. This is his pick to potentially secure the tiebreaker spot and match point as well. You can already see it here. Some crazy levels of aim control required. The reading as well. A few overlap stacks here, and FlyingTuna's going to drop. But ninerik did get a drop beforehand, so it really is FlyingTuna trading ninerik's drop because the advantage still remains in favor of FlyingTuna in terms of the score and the act difference as well. You can see a huge, about 40% accuracy difference here in favor of FlyingTuna, keeping his lead intact despite the minor combo advantage.
And it's so easy to just chain miss on those weird angled
Absolutely.
flowy patterns. Oh,
I mean, we're not even going to the biggest hard part yet. You can already see a few of those really weird back and forths and the zigzag patterns that can really hit you hard if you're not ready for them. Still though, both players looking relatively competent right now. Decent combos. Small advantage for ninerik, slowly going to flip. Here we go, big zigzag patterns here. Are we going to see a major pattern? Both players hit them.
They both hit them.
Very, very nice. But with that, ninerik managed to flip it with the accuracy advantage there. FlyingTuna may have dropped quite a bit of back in between those sections, so now ninerik in that lead with 20,000 in his favor with that accuracy advantage along with the combo lead. It's going to be massively in his favor. There's not a lot of time left. There's only about a third of the map. And there are still some really tough sections here, but ninerik's going to have to hold on, otherwise Tuna is trailing, but down goes ninerik. FlyingTuna sees the break. He's just seen that fresh miss. The pressure is on, and the score is flipped. So he is safe. He is safe in this spot. He's got a little bit more time to build up, but that break from ninerik is so tragic. And now FlyingTuna can just run away with it. He knows the position that he's in, and he can just fly smoothly, sail, and he missed on the circle. The spinner. What? I mean, granted, the spinner is very, very fast. I mean, granted.
Let's be fair. Let's
be fair here. But still a bit of a shocking miss, but still, regardless, such a close map there.
That was much closer than I expected, I gotta say.
Me too.
What a performance from ninerik on this one.
I mean, hitting that major zigzag pattern was definitely a big catalyst for what could have happened, right?
That was insane.
And unfortunately for ninerik, despite the valiant efforts, FlyingTuna takes it again.
He does.
It's now match point.
This is a very hard moment for ninerik. He needs a good pick. He needs to gamble, I think.
Yeah.
This is a No Mod 1 angle, I'd say.
I think Tengaku's probably his best shot, or Airman. It's got to be one of those two. I mean, if he goes into Kokosoko, he is cooking something.
Let him cook, I say. Let him cook.
I want him to cook. I want to see what ninerik is cooking. Because I swear, man, the general scene underrates this dude so much. It's criminal, man. And I hope these tournaments that he's playing in now are going to really show the world how good he is, how well versed he is, particularly in aim mechanics as well. I'm looking forward to seeing what he's up to.
I think Airman is too risky because it's purely aim and it's very simple aim, very basic.
It's very diff spike heavy. The major diff spikes are kind of the only thing that can cause breaks. There's no consistent awkward aim here. The only major sections are probably the big cross jump sections and at the end of the first ki, the zigzags across the sides, and of course the ending ki, which has multiple crazy jumps. But he's gonna go for the Hard Rock 1.
He goes for Airman actually. I thought Tengaku was a bit better because there are all the bursts and things that can potentially trip up FlyingTuna more than ninerik, but he goes for the classic Airman.
I personally think, despite FlyingTuna being very competent in the aim department, I feel like Hard Rock is less of a comfort thing for Tuna compared to the No Mod. So maybe he wants to lean into something that he knows he's a bit more comfortable on. Despite Tengaku being, let's just say, a very, very competent pick, a very okay one to go for, I think ninerik having more experience on the Hard Rock ones previously are going to be the part of the reason for why he's going to be leaning into this map.
He wants to go for the mouse buff again.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe the mouse buff is going to help as well.
Because the patterns are pretty linear, to be fair.
Yeah.
We got to see what's up.
It really just is those major diff spikes which is going to make or break these guys' runs.
I would love to see a tiebreaker, so I hope that happens.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't want to see TV, right? Especially against these two guys. This has been probably the most anticipated matchup in the tournament, especially in this stage. I mean, I've been super excited to be able to cast this one. Here we go.
Hopefully these players are not mind blocked on this map from playing it as a 6-digit.
Pray to God, right? Early jump sections here. One more to come through this intro section. Again, nothing really too extreme. Both players hit them with
This is
beautiful
fine.
accuracy.
This is nothing for them.
Yeah, really nothing for them. But now they've got a little bit of a cooldown section just to kind of give you a little bit of extra combo building into the next section that's going to come up very, very soon. But pretty box standard so far. FlyingTuna does lose assets to drop a little bit of accuracy to the degree where ninerik does take the lead with that accuracy advantage. But the first big jump spike traded by both players. So ninerik's accuracy advantage is going to keep him in the lead by about 10,000 points. But it's not over just yet, Spazzle. We've still got another big KI to come through. Another big jump set that comes through. No breaks, but ninerik from FlyingTuna can keep holding on that advantage. A little bit of an easy section here. Big jumps. Are we going to see a drop here from any player? No, we do not. Both players still hold it. Square jumps, anything missed? No, a big drag drop from FlyingTuna, but still holding on to the combo. He is safe in that combo game. It's just the accuracy. 99.53 for ninerik. Beautiful early start here.
The one stream in the map.
Yeah.
No problem there.
There you go. That's all chill. And we're only halfway through. We're only halfway through, and both these players are really evening themselves out, breaking on nearly the exact same note previously, just a very minor combo difference here. So it can still absolutely be anyone's game. Do not let this lead from ninerik deceive you! But what an unfortunate blunder! That is a absolutely catastrophic miss from ninerik. Breaking one of the easiest jumps you can have to hover to trade it, and he does! Thank goodness for that, right?
Oh my God.
What a hope! There for ninerik. I mean, wow! You have to be very grateful that FlyingTuna missed on that, because if he didn't, he would have been running away with this. But ninerik maintains his lead.
Is just keeping ninerik afloat despite
but there's an unfortunate drop. Combo advantage now in favor of FlyingTuna, but he trades it, so we're not going to see a combo advantage once again.
Oh my goodness. They just keep trading combo, but that accuracy from ninerik is just keeping him afloat.
Yeah.
There's only 1/4 of the map left.
This is FlyingTuna's last hope here. He sees the break, he's got the info, and it is at game. He is correct. This accuracy from ninerik is absolutely gargantuan, so good in his favor. And you can tell the mouse hard rock comfort is benefiting him a lot here. As, despite FlyingTuna being very competent holding on to the combo, it's the act difference that's really holding him back. Even if he gets that combo advantage, it's going to be a slow lead, so he's going to have to really hope for a break soon from ninerik, but down goes FlyingTuna. Unfortunately for him, I think that overtake is now not going to happen anymore. Simply a pipe dream. Is ninerik going to hit the rest of these sections? Oh, he hits him!
Oh,
he hits the jumps. Can he finish off the ending? And he does! Beautiful stuff from ninerik. What were you going to say? Exactly, let the guy cook. What were you going to say earlier, Spazzo?
I was going to say, it's TB time.
It is TB time.
It's tiebreaker time.
It's tiebreaker
one of the most anticipated matches of the entire tournament.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
I mean, wowee. That was a close one. Multiple times where we saw such unfortunate misses. That one miss from ninerik could have been one of the most absolutely disastrous misses straight up. Like,
yeah, but then Tuna traded, luckily. Luckily for him.
Yeah, that could have been a top 10 most disastrous chokes in a YouTube video one day in time. But thankfully for ninerik, Tuna unfortunately not being able to hold on to that combo gives him that even lead, and now it's time for our tiebreaker. I mean, could it get better than this?
And that's a pretty hefty one, 7 minutes long. It's got a bit of everything. It's really techy, very intense. Could be in favor of Tuna, I'd say.
Could be.
Do we have some high BPM bursts and...
Yes, so this is once again very mech tech heavy. There are multiple sections that consist of mostly high BPM bursts and jumps as well. There is also a very big major high BPM overlapping section, which reading could be a big impact there.
Oh yeah.
So if you're not prepared for that specific overlap session, you could lead to a break, but generally it's very consistent, very mechanics heavy. Aside from a few tough diff spikes here and there, as long as you're comfortable on that tech, you should be all good. And that's why, if you're kind of a ninerik fan right now, despite, of course, being glad that ninerik managed to make it to TB, you can't help but be a little bit worried for it, because this is tech and mechanics. I mean, this is one of FlyingTuna's most well-known skill sets.
Yeah, it's definitely a Tuna-favored map.
So on this TB, I mean, granted, keep rooting for ninerik, but God, be worried because FlyingTuna is a major threat on tech consistency. We've seen him perform countless times on these long tech TBs spectacularly well.
Oh yeah, I mean, to be honest, even in this match, picks we thought were more favored towards FlyingTuna ended up being extremely close, and on a 7-minute long map, anything can really happen.
Yeah.
We gotta see, they need to try and take that free combo if there are a few more chilled sections.
FlyingTuna has been given a cup of water by Cavo.
Oh.
Is this going to be a ninerik roundtable 2 moment?
He's trying.
It's going to be the cup of water that's going to save him? We don't know.
Stay hydrated, guys.
Stay hydrated, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't had some water, take a sip. Stay hydrated. Especially if you're sweating from this match, because damn, it's pretty intense. Nice water bottle, by the way, Spazza.
Thank you,
Lots
thank
of
you.
cute little dogs. Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah,
Love dogs,
of course.
man.
Keeps your water fresh. Has been checked by staff. It's safe. It's water.
It's been sniffed by the staff to make sure it's nothing sussy, nothing that you shouldn't bring here.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
Oh boy, this one's a long one. We're going to be in for a long trip.
Oh
a
yeah.
long journey into this one.
Really looking forward to this TB, man.
And of course, we can't not mention this. This TB not only mapped by a lot of legendary mappers, but it is a song as a tribute by one of the most influential music artists in the rhythm game scene in Akira Complex. Unfortunately, the late Akira Complex passed away not long ago, earlier this year, and this is a tribute song to him. So rest in peace, Akira Complex, and thank you for making a banger of a song for us to enjoy in this tiebreaker setup. We've already seen it multiple times before, but can't ever mention it again.
Yeah,
Great
no, that's important to mention, especially in events like this where the community comes together.
Yeah,
it's great to have things like this.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, thanks to artists like Akira Complex and many other artists that are like him, he's been able to bring community together, bring some great music that we all love in common, and yeah, just something so influential and so valuable to the Osu scene. Having artists like him is super important and super great. It's just unfortunate to see him go, but he's left along a legacy of great music, right? So
yes.
Let's keep enjoying them. Let's keep jamming to those songs, and maybe make some more banger tiebreakers with them, because damn, he's got some good long songs. And one of these songs, Ethereal Cypher Angel, sorry,
is starting
15.
right now.
Yeah, it's playing right now. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Are you all hyped for the tiebreaker? You all excited? It is time. One of the most anticipated matches in this tournament. Tiebreaker time. ninerik against FlyingTuna. These guys have fought hard and strong with some very clutch maps in between this match. So it all comes down to this.
And this is immediately intense.
Immediately, yeah. Big slider sections here, a few mechanics bursty sections. The intro part of this map mostly does have super slider techie sections. But you already know who these mappers, the people who mapped it: Yaspo, Devious Panda, Ryusei Aika. 3 mappers who I couldn't think of a better trio to make such a demon TB.
Oh yeah.
TB.
Bit of an early miss from ninerik, but I don't think it matters too much because, as we said, the map is incredibly long. But with sections like this coming right afterwards, any miss could really matter in a tiebreaker scenario.
Yeah, I mean,
FlyingTuna just holding on.
Yeah, nerve control,
nearly misses on that.
Consistency, tech, mechanics, so many skill sets required in this, and so far so good for FlyingTuna. Starting off strong with a beautiful 400 getting up to 500 combo, and I mean, on a map like this on a TB, that's very, very valuable early start. The earlier advantage you gain, the bigger you go, and FlyingTuna, despite the great effort, he does break.
And now look at that egg
with
from
the
ninerik.
accuracy alone, is holding on to his lead despite the combo from FlyingTuna.
Man, those sliders were evil.
I know,
in
right?
the corner, buzz sliders, so easy to mess up on those.
I mean, imagine adding a buzz slider at the very last note of a major diff spike. I mean, how cruel can you get?
Oh,
and a drop from ninerik is gonna flip the script here and give FlyingTuna the advantage he's been looking for a little while.
FlyingTuna
But he
holds.
seems to be struggling just a little bit, dropping a lot of accuracy, and the lead maintains in favor of ninerik despite that combo drop. It really is this huge combo lead that's giving him that leeway, and FlyingTuna breaks once again. This is so neck and neck. It's so back and forth. It's accuracy against combo Spazza, and so far, accuracy is winning for ninerik.
Yeah, that's a major rack difference between the two of them, and right now FlyingTuna is at 94% versus 98. What are you gonna do?
What can you do in this
There's
spot?
a bit more of a chilled section right now. Maybe they can both get some combo.
So there's a little bit of a slowdown part here. A little bit of time to build up some free combo, give FlyingTuna a little bit of room to potentially come back.
He needs a miss from ninerik.
Yeah.
Very soon, because we're approaching halfway through.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the longer this map runs, the higher score you're going to start gaining. But FlyingTuna...
Oh, that's such a bad miss from Tuna. Worst spot. And now, he trades it. It's fine, it's fine.
But it's traded. It is traded. Here's the big overlap section I was talking to you about earlier. Huge, major degrees of thing control and aiming control required here. If you've got the reading right, if you're ready for this, you can hit this perfectly. But unfortunately for both players, they broke earlier on, but they seem to be holding relatively strong here. Can both players hit the ending of this section? It seems like it. It's still looking so neck and neck, Spaz. It's just the act difference.
They both hit that, which was very hard to do, but now...
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Who's gonna miss first?
Who is going to miss first? That could be the big deciding factor here. Drop from FlyingTuna and the accuracy, but no combo is gone. ninerik drops. Can FlyingTuna trade it for him?
Oh my God.
He hits it.
We are halfway through. He has a lot more combo now.
This is very dangerous territory here, but we are going straight into it. Another build-up section here. This could lead to another trade from FlyingTuna. 11,000 is between him and an advancement to the next stage. But ninerik is looming over him. That accuracy advantage, Demon Eye staring down on him. Come and get me, bro.
And look at those sliders. Oh my God, they're not...
FlyingTuna's coming for him and drop on the 50.
That 50 was so scary.
Break. Very scary stuff. Question mark had his hit.
Another miss from ninerik. This is FlyingTuna's chance. He needs to hold right now.
He's gone up just a little bit longer, but these sliders are so dangerous. Can he hold on? This is the part where FlyingTuna's tech ability is what's going to keep him.
Oh my God.
In the lead.
Holds. That's insane.
Oh my.
That's huge. He can just run away with this.
Now he's building it up. ninerik drops once again. The combo game is falling apart for him. FlyingTuna's trailing not only in score, but on top of that, the accuracy is slowly gaining up now. We saw it was earlier like 93, 94, but now it's up to about a mid 95.
Yeah, this is a free combo section, but I'm prepared for a very insane last guy.
I am very prepared for this because, I mean, still that accuracy advantage from ninerik, the combo advantage for him is going to be so much more beneficial because of that act. And FlyingTuna
700 combo from Tuna
does have some brilliant combo so far, but the ending is where it's going to really matter here, Spaz. A 21,000 score in FlyingTuna's favor. But the big question is, can he hold on to the end, and is ninerik going to be able to pop up and come back? Another build-up session comes through. This is where we can see a little bit of a ramp-up in the BPM. A little bit of a rhythm change, super fast jumps to come through, sliders as well. No drops from either player. It's getting faster and faster, more and more jumps come through, but it doesn't seem to be any misses from both players. Can we see a drop? It doesn't seem like it, man. They're both looking consistent. FlyingTuna is approaching 1,000 combo. A big jump as it comes through. BPM starting to ramp up. Difficulty starting to go up. Can both players hit it? No! ninerik goes down, and FlyingTuna trades it.
Down. Into the last guy.
There's a quarter left. There is one quarter of this map left.
Huge advantage for Tuna because of that combo, but that egg could very well save ninerik.
Oh, ninerik dropped once again though. Combo advantage still leans in FlyingTuna's favor. The nerves might be getting to him, the pressure might be getting on, the stamina might be hitting him. And in this regard, despite FlyingTuna dropping, the advantage maintains in his favor. Getting very close to about 50,000 score difference now. Even if there's a combo advantage, I don't know if ninerik will have room to come back. The accuracy is starting to even out more, so that accuracy
he misses again. I think that's it.
Was so valuable. And you're right, this could be it.
Everything else is pretty safe, isn't it? Or is there another spike?
There's another diff spike towards the very end, I believe.
But man, their combo is dead even, and that huge advantage from Tuna really is significant right now.
That near 1,000 combo towards the late stage is what's really saving him right now.
40k difference is huge on a TB.
Here we go, final diff spike. FlyingTuna does go down. ninerik still holding on to the combo. The question is, this is a tiebreaker. The score is going to go quite slowly. Does he have enough time?
Is there enough time?
Is there enough time?
Oh, he misses, and I think...
And that's going to seal it.
That seals the deal, guys.
Such a valiant effort, such an intense match.
Regardless of the accuracy, FlyingTuna is gonna run away with this.
He's going to take it, and we're closing in on the ending of this TB. And once we see that final little ending section, that final slider, it will be secured. As we're slowly closing in
And he's
on that section. Here we go. FlyingTuna will advance to the semi-final stage.
What a match, what a performance from both players, and what a tiebreaker.
What
wow.
a TV. Like, could you expect any more from this? Are you not entertained? I mean, wow.
That was insane.
That was insane.
I have nothing to say.
I mean, that sealed the quarterfinal stage now. Tuna will be advancing to the semifinals, I believe, facing Crescento next. So GG what players have been exchanged. I mean, these guys have come pretty far, man, from qualifying to getting through round of 16 to now pushing so hard in the quarterfinals, excuse me.
And look
We've
at
seen
that.
the sportsmanship hug.
Oh, yeah. That's sportsmanship right there. That's the community, guys. Coming together.
GG's from both players. Give a round of applause for both of your players, ladies and gentlemen. They've absolutely killed it. And I've got a little bit of a, we've got a little bit of a little information here from cavoe. So I'm sure, as we mentioned before, this is the last quarterfinals match of the tournament. So now we're moving on to the semi-finals and final stage. And matches now, oh, sorry, I've got a bit of a sore throat, will be best of 5. Best of 9, sorry.
Best of 9,
best
yes.
of 9. Will be best of 9. And it's not publicly announced yet, but, oh wait, I don't know if I should be publicly announcing this. cavoe, can I get like a wave to say that I can announce this? Okay, all right, so we've got an announcement.
Huge announcement.
On
Huge
the prize
announcement.
pool of our tournaments. So top 3 players will get a free Wooding 60 HE. And divided amongst them, they will get a mass prize of 2,500 euros. So that will be your prize pool for your top 3 and your finalists in this next stage. Wowee.
That is great. So thanks to Wooting for sponsoring the free keyboards. That's very nice of them.
I mean, very, very nice of them. Thank you so much for Wooting. If you do want to talk to the lovely gentlemen behind these wonderful, like, revolutionary keyboards technology, feel free to go to the Wooting area just there. They are just there, so feel free to talk to them. Or if you want to try the Wooting.
Yeah, if you want to just play and do some gaming, you can do that too.
Yeah, but we're going to be closing it up from there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. You've been a fantastic crowd. Do not go anywhere. We'll see you all very soon for the semi-final stage. I've been Shiba. Joining by me is wonderful Spazzo. Thank you so much for commentating with me, Spazzo.
Thank you, guys.
And we'll see you soon, all right? Take care, dudes.